Hi guys, I'm Lisa.
And I'm Natasha.
And we were wondering,
are you free for coffee?
Y'all hear Nelson? He is
cutting up.
Yeah. Okay. Today we're going to present the case for hugging your kids.
Yes, hug those babies.
A psychologist says that a lack of affection, not a psychologist, just psychology in general, just folks say that a lack of affection in childhood often leads to these adult patterns. So many of us grew up in these kind of families. Yes. So affection or lack of it leaves a mark that doesn't fade. So some people grew up without much physical touch, without hearing I love you, without feeling like their emotions mattered. I think a lot of baby boomers are like that because our parents were from the greatest generation that fought in World War II, that grew up in the Depression, and they were just kind of suck it up and get on with it. You know, that's how they grew up. And there was no maliciousness in it mostly. I mean, it was just patterns and what it was.
Yeah.
So here's some things. So this is the case. You can do better. If
First
you have
off,
kids at home or in your life, even your adult children, you can do better. So these are the effects if you don't do this. If you don't tell your kids you love them, if you don't hug on them, love on them, these are the issues they have as they mature and grow into adulthood.
Yeah.
So they struggle with compliments or praise. And a lot of women
struggle with it,
have this issue. So if someone says, I mean, whatever, like I love your dress. You'll say, oh, it's old. I got it at the thrift store. You will make an excuse of why it's not worthy of being pretty.
Yes.
Or why, or if someone compliments you on something, on a talent or a gift that you have, you'll say,
you downplay it.
Oh, anybody can do that. I just learned on YouTube or whatever. You will just downplay it. So it's not modesty. It is discomfort. They are uncomfortable receiving a compliment.
Yeah.
So when affection wasn't part of your upbringing, positive attention can feel foreign.
Yes, that's true.
They're hyper independent to a fault as grown-ups. They refuse to ask for help or accept help.
Feel attacked.
They learned early that asking for help didn't get them much, so they stopped asking. And they just do. Now as adults, they pride themselves on not needing any
help.
Like, I don't need to ask anyone. Research on attachment theory suggests that children who don't receive consistent emotional responsiveness often develop what's called an avoidant attachment style. So it's characterized by self-reliance and discomfort with dependency. Let that soak in. Okay. 3, this is another woman trait. They apologize constantly.
Yep.
I even notice it with my little granddaughter. She's a firstborn. So firstborn girls have issues. We just do. But she apologizes all the time for things. I'm like, baby, what did you do? You didn't do anything.
You don't have anything to be sorry for.
It's just an instinctual thing. Sorry, my bad. I didn't mean to. The apologies come out reflexively.
Yes.
Almost as punctuation. They apologize for taking up space, for having needs, for existing in a way that might inconvenience someone.
Yep.
When affection was conditional or absent, many people internalize the idea that they're inherently too much or not enough. The apologies become a preemptive shield, a way of smoothing over interactions before conflict even has a chance to surface.
That's it. And that's a hard habit to break.
It is.
It's a hard habit to break.
And then just taking the blame or the responsibility for everything.
Yes.
Everybody's emotions, how people feel, what's going on in the room.
Yes.
You just take it all on and try to.
And even if it's to the detriment of your own
gosh, especially
emotions.
then.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's true.
4, they're either overly clingy or emotionally distant.
And there's no in between.
Well, and I think they're both, aren't they? With some people, you're just,
Welcome to my life as a Gemini.
Some need constant reassurance, checking in obsessively, afraid that any distance means abandonment. Others pull back hard, keeping people at arm's length, convinced that getting close will only lead to disappointment.
Mm-hmm.
So they're afraid of being dropped.
That's it.
Both responses come from the same root: uncertainty about whether they're worthy of love and whether it's safe to trust someone with their heart.
Child.
Lots. Okay. 5, they have trouble identifying or expressing their emotions. So I think you just kind of shut down,
mm-hmm.
like where you, mm-hmm. and you disqualify and tell yourself and consequently others around you that what you're feeling doesn't matter.
That's it.
It doesn't matter how I feel.
Yeah.
Ask them how they're feeling and they'll pause. Fine, I guess. I don't know. Good.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that they don't have emotions. It's that they never learn to name them or trust them as valid. Studies on emotional development show that children need consistent, attuned responses to their emotions to develop emotional literacy and regulation skills. So validate your kids' emotions and let them express emotions in appropriate ways.
Yes.
Teach children to
even
self-regulate.
Even if it makes you uncomfortable.
Even if they're angry. Yes. Even if because you're angry, you don't get to hit. You don't get to kick. You don't get to spit. You don't get to say mean things.
Yes.
But you can be angry.
Or even if it's to your discomfort. Like, I think my dad just was not comfortable with us crying. And so therefore it turned crying into a bad thing.
Oh yeah, crying was
and then I went for years and didn't cry.
Boomers' parents didn't like crying. Yeah. And some boomers, now I am not a weeper, and I kind of do feel uncomfortable with some.
Yes.
I'm not a weeper. I mean, that's not my go-to emotion, so I don't know what to do with it when people do, because I'm kind of like, okay.
It's not funny, guys.
I really don't.
I will call Lisa and
say. She was crying at Bridgerton, y'all. I did not cry. I mean,
you never cry.
I'm not a weeper.
Never.
I am not a weeper. That's just
something will happen, and I tell Lisa.
It's not how I get it out.
It's not. I tell Lisa, well, I had to go ahead. I called so-and-so because I was crying, and now I'm calling you. Because Lisa does not
As a kid, that's how I would self-regulate, though. I remember at night crying, and it would just get it out. Like, when you're so worked up, and that's the way it releases. But now, well, the older I get, I'm just meaner. So I just say what I gotta say. It's out. I got it out.
She does not cry.
Okay.
Does not.
I don't. They downplay their achievements.
Facts.
They hit a milestone, and instead of celebrating, they shrug it off. It's not a big deal. Other people have done more.
They become self-deprecating.
It's about self-worth. So they feel, even when something goes well or something happens for them, they think it's just luck or a fluke or something. It wasn't them.
Yeah, they're not willing to just admit, like, oh, I did this.
Yes.
Yeah, just sad.
They have a hard time setting boundaries. Saying no feels dangerous, so they say yes to almost everything, even when it costs them. They overextend themselves.
Yes.
I have done that, especially in younger years. I said yes and immediately regretted it.
Why did I say
yes?
Why
did I say yes? And it's kind of the people-pleasing thing. And it's the feeling like you should take that on. Like, if I don't say yes, who's going to say yes?
Yes.
And that somehow that's my responsibility.
To
and so you take on other people's stuff, and you So asserting limits when affection was scarce or conditional might have meant losing what little connection they had.
So they just don't
So
go
they
for
just
it.
say, yes, they don't have boundaries. They'd rather burn out than risk upsetting someone.
Yeah.
8, they seek external validation constantly.
Mm-hmm.
So their sense of worth comes from outside themselves, likes, approvals, being needed. Now we see this on social media,
Mm-hmm.
you know, who's all looking, who's all, when people post certain things, provocative
Mm-hmm.
things, very sexual things, very, look at me, look at my boyfriend, look at my husband,
Look at my life,
what
at my
someone
kids.
bought me, did for me. You know, it's kind of the one up thing.
It is.
So we see that a lot, and I'm sure you guys have too. They check their phone constantly. They overperform at work. They shape themselves around what others want because their own internal compass never got calibrated.
We've talked about this.
They chase validation endlessly, never quite believing it when it comes, always needing more.
Yep.
They struggle with intimacy. The closer someone gets, the more uncomfortable they become.
I could see that.
It's a strange paradox. They crave connection, but can't quite let it happen. Research on childhood emotional neglect shows that individuals who lacked early affection often develop what psychologists call fear of engulfment, where intimacy triggers anxiety about losing autonomy or being hurt. They want to be seen and loved, but when someone actually starts to see them, they panic. They pull away, create distance, and find reasons why it won't work, because intimacy requires trust, and trust wasn't something they had the chance to build early on.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh, wow. Okay. On Netflix, The Mirror Has Two Faces.
Oh, yeah.
It's an old movie with Barbara Streisand and Jeff Bridges.
She's so pretty.
And this is in their prime,
Yeah.
so they look so gorgeous.
Like young,
I don't know. It's probably from the 90s. I'm thinking. Can you look it up? I think it's from. I would say early 90s.
Early 90s.
I've seen it a million times, but you know when you go years and don't
1996.
Yay!
Oh, I kind of thought it was before then.
So it's 30 years old, but it's held up really well. And the premise is two college professors. They're both unmarried. He's been around, had different girlfriends. If you know, he's so cute. You know, he's handsome, but he's a nerd. He's a math professor, so he's kind of nerdy. And he gets these gorgeous girls, but they dump him and leave him, and he's heartbroken. And so he has deduced, like, if we take sex out of the equation, I'll be okay, because I lose my fucking mind when I'm fucking. Basically. So I just need to not do that.
If I remove that,
yeah, because I'm a good partner. I love a connection. So I just don't do that. So, and Barbara Streisand is just a middle-aged. She's a literature teacher. Her students love her. She's very engaging. She's funny. She's all the things. So she puts the ad out. Her sister answers for her. They meet, and they really do hit it off, and they become really, really great friends. And she tells a friend before all this, I want to be known. I want someone to know me. And there's this thing, she does weird things, like the way she eats is very methodical. She's got to get the perfect bite. She always orders extra dressing. She doesn't like pepper. She has these weird things. But it's so cute because at a certain point, as they're knowing each other, they're at a restaurant and he's telling the waiter, no pepper. Now I'll take some. She doesn't care for pepper. Can you bring her a little dish of that?
The salad dressing on the side.
And I mean, he knows me. And isn't that intimacy is into me, I see, you see. Yeah. And that's what it is. So to be known, and it was so beautiful that she voiced that. Yes. I want to be seen. Yeah. I want to be known.
And then he was able to crack.
And he was now they had not. It's a whole thing. You have to watch it.
Yeah, it is good actually. It's kind of one of those. I don't know.
It sneaks up on you.
Yeah.
It sneaks up on you.
And it has
and at first you're like,
nostalgia
oh,
feels.
why is this? But
Yeah.
you see it, and it's lovely.
It's cute,
Watch
yeah.
it. Pierce Bronson is in it.
It is.
Mimi Rogers. Lauren Bacall is in it. She's their mom.
You know everybody.
So it's great. It's
I
great.
never remember the names, guys.
It's a great movie, but that's a little thing. We all want to be known and seen.
That's it.
We all want to be known and seen. And he wasn't. The beauty of it is to be known and seen and not judged for it.
Facts.
You know.
That's it.
Now
That's
you
true.
could be with somebody and say,
That's
what you need with all that dressing? You know how many calories that is?
Just eat the pepper. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. Why you don't want the pepper? You know, where you're judged for
That's
what
true.
you do and how
for who you are.
And then
That's true.
It's so funny because she does this thing where she cuts the food first, she turns the plate, and she gets the perfect bite. She got to get a little this, they all get on one fork to get the first perfect bite. And so he goes, oh, wait a minute, this is my favorite part. So she said, what? No, what? You cut on the diagonal. Okay, then you turn counterclockwise. I mean, he's in it. He's not judging.
Let me tell y'all something.
This is so cool to me. Let me watch you do
this. Is hilarious because Lisa's oldest son and I, we are team the Bergs, okay? They don't like touching.
The food that can't touch.
That food touching.
My oldest son, it was perfect, Mom, but you put nuts in it. Well, Teddy,
it does mess it up. But it touches.
And doesn't like nuts. Doesn't like fruit in stuff. Even though the recipe, it's a fruit recipe, Teddy. There's fruit in the fruit recipe. They're weird.
We're standing up
things.
For autistic people everywhere. We don't. And then when
I'm not saying my son is autistic, and he would be. They have some little. We have weird. They quirks. Are quirky. They have quirks,
and our quirks are
They don't like their food to touch.
The fact that she has put them all together. You're with me on the divvying.
So she's quirky.
She's quirky, and he loves that.
And he loves that.
That's
so
cute.
That's the thing. So if you get a chance, there's nothing.
Now
to
watch.
That
part lost me.
Great.
That
movie.
Mixing them on the fork, I was like,
oh well, no, but it's so cute. Oh, and then she takes the things that she doesn't like because she doesn't like radicchio or something, so that's out. And then so she's got a piece of carrot, a piece of meat, she's got to get them. But it's so adorable.
She's so pretty. I'll let her make it.
If you want to.
Your nostalgic romance
illustrated. Yeah. Watch that movie and you'll see about being known by someone. And not being judged.
Yeah.
Being known and not being judged. So hug your kids. And I know it's so easy to love babies and littles because they crawl up in your lap and they do most of the work. As they get older, that's a part of growing up. They kind of want to disengage a little bit. Mom, please, do it anyway.
But they still need it.
Do it and even your big teenagers. Mm-hmm. And boys especially. Now, one son is a hugger. The other one not so much. But go behind them and reach around and grab their waist. And I'm so short; they're much taller than me. So hug their waist or, pat their leg or their arm and just make contact. If you have littles, love it, cherish it. Mm-hmm. It does, at a certain point, they're just not that.
Small,
small or cuddly, but still do it.
Yeah,
still do it, and still voice your love for them.
Yes,
and why you value them.
Yes.
Now we've talked about this too. Kris Jenner.
Oh yes,
who is my online mentor? Just because I think she's the bomb.com. She always posts about her grand birthday, happy birthday to this grandbaby.
And she got whatever.
A lot of them, and her children too. She never mentions their physical attributes. It's always, you're kind. You bring so much joy to our family. You are so creative. I love the way you, love your siblings. I love the way it is a master class in validating people, and especially children, but anybody that would love being validated like that. But I see you. I see who you are.
They're
as
deeper
a person.
than surface level compliments.
Yeah, because pretty is not a compliment. Now, I'm happy you're pretty,
y'all,
but
Lisa
you didn't
got a
do
theory
that.
Hurt
you didn't do that. You just got it. Now, and I'm glad you got it, but you did nothing to get it. honestly, it's the luck of the draw. You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. So that pulling out those kind of attributes really is pointless.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with you as a person. So validate who they are as a person, their character, their strengths, their the things they do for other people, their kindness.
Yeah.
So pay attention to that and validate that. That's a way to love. And that's affection.
It is.
It is words of affirmation. So be sure you do that
and
for all your kids.
Yeah.
All your kids, write them a little note, especially your older kids and grown kids. You know, you're a great mom. You're such a great dad. I love how you connect with your kids. Say that. Yeah. Say it.
And you never know, they could be in the trenches and it just doesn't look like
if you got littles, you in the I know. Baby, you are in the weeds, okay? I'm treading water right here, okay? True. So say that, do that, and that was from Bold, by the fact.
Yeah,
online.
Well, I'll tag it. I'll tag the whole article.
It's a thing.
It was. Oh, what is your scripture?
My scripture. So we are. What would Jesus do? We're in that phase again. This is from Deuteronomy 10:19. So you too must show love to foreigners, for you yourselves were once foreigners in the land of Egypt. So we had another scripture last time, which was from Exodus, which was very similar, but it was so important. It's in at least twice. It's in there a bunch of times, actually, but you know.
But at least twice this has come up. So
be kind
if you thought the last one was a fluke,
that's what God said. And if he didn't mean what he said, he would have said. He wouldn't have said it.
And it certainly would not have survived all this time.
Yes, so be kind.
Okay, loves. Thank you all for pulling up a chair, joining us for coffee. Please subscribe to Are You Free for Coffee podcast, wherever you're listening. We hope that you enjoyed today's episode.
Thanks for listening.
Maybe you learned a little something, and we will see you next time.
Thanks.
Bye.